All right, all right, all right, all right. Had a little technical difficulty there with the camera, but we're up and running. We are going live. All right. So thank you for attending another beautiful flash hour as I try to scramble to get everything ready. Um, really appreciate you showing up every single week for Flash Hour, where we go over State of the Trenches. If you're not familiar, State of the Trenches is simply a segment that we go through for everyone so that you are able to funnel in and you are able to kind of get down, get seated, get some coffee, and follow along with us. We move right into Flash Overview, which is simply where we highlight a current feature that we think is important to Flash trade. So that always comes next. Talk about a little bit. We head into what did we get done this week? And Nas's favorite section. And then my favorite section is what we end off with. What is on the docket? What is coming for Flash Trade? All right. Without further ado, let's see. Oh, it's getting fancy. There we go. And it looks like the Flash team is here. Let's get into it. GM. I love camera issues.
GM, everyone.
Good morning. Nas, you're muted.
Yes, I'm here. I just
Gotcha.
muted.
Yes. So this week, got a lot to go over. We have a huge announcement this week that we are excited to get into. And then we have quite a few things coming down the pipeline. Wanted to get into a few details around Magic Block, as everybody, I'm sure, is excited to talk about. Let's see. State of the Trenches is always the first thing that we get into. I think, Anas, you wanted to point out, I didn't have time to add it here, but you wanted to point out the volatility in the market. So traditional markets are pretty wild. I think everybody kind of, if you're here, you already know. But straight up Hormuz being blocked off, the Iran conflict, the kind of just general instability globally
Right,
is really causing some issues.
Yeah, the moves on crude oil, gold, natural gas, like all of these commodities and metals are easily have a market cap of more than $500 billion or $1 trillion, and these are moving double digits every day. So this is something that does not happen usually. Like, even if you take the historical track record of the last 30 to 40 years, only one asset moves, or it just happens to move like more than 5% or 6%. But now every other day we are seeing all of these assets, more than 2 or 3 assets moving double digits up or down. So these are really unprecedented times in the markets.
Say the least,
No one
yeah.
has seen anything else like this, and yeah, very, very interesting times to observe as an exchange, and I'm sure traders are loving it, and we are also expanding our offering so that we capture these markets with the best, highest leverage and lowest fees.
Yeah, I think the real thing to pull away from that is although it is scary, it is kind of a trader's market, right? I mean, you've had wild swings in commodities that haven't moved in decades. Like Anas was saying, more than 5%, and now they're quite literally moving like meme coins. You saw gold absolutely skyrocket and then shoot back down. You see oil doing the same thing. You see all kinds of commodities across the board acting very wildly. So yeah, interesting time to be alive. There's the old Chinese proverbs. It's like, may you live in interesting times. So I guess we're here. The proverb came true. We are living in very interesting times. NASDAQ listed a company the cool part about this particular thing is that the company West Coast Stocks Transfer, I don't even know what that is, but they're using a Alphaledger kind of process where I guess they're moving over their stock onto Solana pretty seamlessly. So I would expect to see much more of this as time goes on. They're going to be tokenizing everything. So welcome to the new paradigm. SEC.gov formally classified SOL as digital commodity. So pretty good. I mean, that's kind of what we've always wanted. Government
Yes.
moving in the right direction. So I don't know.
It's
I
no
mean,
longer what do you say? There was this term which was really bearish. I actually forgot the asset classification, but yeah,
hmm.
now it
Well,
seems
if
to
it's a
have.
commodity that what is it? CFTC can now, right? So
Yeah.
now that now the SEC can't really monitor it, whatever, get their hands on it. So now it'll classify under a new regulatory body for the U.S. So it's pretty bullish overall. Also for tax purposes and things like that, it's also really bullish for any U.S. citizens. But Solana all-time highs we're hitting just constantly every week. We are closing the gap across the, I guess, broader crypto ecosystem. But for RWAs and stablecoins, where the growth curve is going parabolic for both stablecoins and RWA adoption. Even though ETH is, holding its own, it's super interesting to see how Solana comparatively to ETH is far exceeding the growth curve, which is good. I mean, that's the direction that we want to see. And then also with all there's so many things going live. pToken, Alpenglow, Fire Dancer. What is it? Is it layer 0? No, double zero? Double zero.
00, yeah.
Double zero being integrated. Oh my gosh. I mean, it's like, and then, Anza optimizing everything. It's exciting times for Solana, I'll tell you that. The pToken in particular, like 90% reduction in the SPL token program.
Yeah, it just makes Solana a more better position for being the payments chain to do anything.
Mhm.
Like it would easily, even now, it can replace the infrastructure that Mastercard or Visa offers. But now, I'm sure with this infra in place, the fees will just be cut down to another 10x or 100x. I'm not sure about the exact number, and I'm sure we'll find it out once it's on mainnet, and
Mhm.
then we'll see more interesting flow of money happening on the mainnet.
Yeah. And I think this definitely plays really, really well into Solana is the AI chain. AI commerce will be a new narrative that is coming up that everybody's going to have to reckon with. AI is definitely here. It's here to stay. I don't think it's going to go away. I think a lot of people are misjudging the paradigm that we're in. This is the age of absolute explosion and expansion, and AI is definitely going to get us there very, very quickly. It's going to change a lot of things very fast.
Yeah.
And I mean, you could already, if you are following the space, like AI in general, which I am following extremely closely. Yeah, I mean, literally every week there's some sort of new thing that changes the entire direction of the AI narrative. And yeah, it's exciting, but also extremely volatile at the moment with the new rollouts. But in that same vein, where is it? Play Babylon unveiled a human versus AI multiplayer prediction game. I can tell you right now, the humans are going to lose. I thought that was super cool, but at the same time, I was like, yeah, it's wildly unfair unless you dumb down the AIs. AI has the breadth of human knowledge at its fingertips. The human brain is limited in that capacity. But Camino and Anchorage pilot live for institutional credit and collateral. The only reason I put that in there is
Mm-hmm.
because I just want to expand on the fact that institutions are just exploding, and running headlong on chain. And, as long as you can position yourself correctly, take advantage of that, I think this is just going to accelerate, guys. So if you are watching now, you are very, very early. Institutions are getting their claws into everything on chain, and you were correct. You just they don't accumulate in the bull market; they accumulate in the bear market. So, and it seems as if I think we can probably all agree it is the bear market. Fairscale shipped the Fairscale lens as a Chrome extension, the displaying any Solana wallet's reputation score. We are seeing this. I hate it altogether. I hate all of it, but we are seeing this push to add what most people would consider, if you are in the traditional world, like a credit score. This is even coming to AI agents. There's actually quite a few standards out there already in the Ethereum space and being developed on the Solana space, where essentially your agent will have a credit score or score of some kind. Actually, I just added that there as a note for myself because I'm like, I absolutely hate the credit score idea. But I suppose for scoring of some kind, it is kind of one of those things that has to happen. Let's see. Moving on from State of the Trenches, flash overview. Equity perps are live. Yes. We got it back, guys. We got it back.
Leverage.
What is it?
With up to 20x leverage.
Up to 20x leverage, yes.
Yeah.
And let me see here. What were the? I gotta always forget to input the. Shoot! And lowest fees, guys. Although I think we're the only ones with perps on chain. No.
On Solana, yes, we are the only ones who are offering equity perps as of now.
There you go.
Yeah.
Gee, 20x leverage. Let's go. SPY index. Although it just absolutely went parabolic, like not too long ago.
Yeah, we were just getting things aligned, and that's when Trump announced he's gonna wait for 5 days, and things went up.
Oh, okay. That's what that was. Got it. All right. It's good to see the market's rational. Let's see. What did we get done this week?
Yep.
Actually, we got done a ton, by the way.
For sure. And to highlight, the first one is getting the MCP for flash trade and CLI support. I think we'll be having more and more coverage on that. And now anyone can permissionlessly, interact with Flash's on-chain program. Max, if you have the setup, you can take the screen and give us a quick demo of.
I was about to say, I'm going to be releasing some videos.
Okay.
The demo is not, I mean, I can demonstrate the CLI because it's literally CLI commands. But yeah, we're going to be releasing some videos where we really go in depth with each one of these so that, any vibe coder or software developer or just normie, maybe you like using the terminal for some strange reason besides the GUI, totally up to you at this point. So we're offering, or we're putting all things on the table so that this way you have full access to Flash Trade Protocol. The MCP layer is really the AI standard. So if you are building something with AI agents, totally can vibe code this. And you could pretty much one-shot it. So if you have an idea in your mind, you explain it to your AI agent via terminal, via Claude desktop. The MCP will not work with the web browser, but because that has to be more of a hosted solution, but this is through NPM. So you will be able to use it through Claude desktop or Claude terminal. Same thing with Codex or any of the other options out there. Same thing with Cursor. You could use it with Cursor. All of those options are on the table. It just can't be used through the web browser. So that's the only limitation that we have. Those will be fully outlined in the docs. So that way it's easy to understand if you do want to dive into some documentation for it. CLI, It's as simple as what it sounds. It's a terminal command that you can use to open and close positions. And then, of course, we will have our API, like a traditional REST API, in the docs as well. Correct?
That hasn't been merged yet.
Yeah, not quite yet. But my point is, we will actually have that. That's kind of after this. You'll see it says we extended the Builder API. So once Builder API is fully live tested, that will also be available. So we're really rolling out like a full suite for vibe coders to just go ham, however you like. Equity perps. Sorry, that was the next one.
Yeah, it basically gives anyone who's trading on Flash an independent way to use Flash. Like they don't have to go through our UI. They can build their own UI. They can have any customizations around it, and then directly interact with the on-chain programs. They won't have any hindrances of going through our UI bugs. They can directly interact with the program.
Yeah, it'd be super cool. I can't wait to see what people build. And then I'm going to have, what I'm going to do is probably come out with some independent videos where I'm kind of just going through things. And then I will have like a builder live kind of thing where we can build together. Maybe the audience gives me some ideas. I can, kind of show you how I would vibe code it out live with Claude. Because I mainly use Claude. My Claude, though, has like Perplexity, Codex, and other things that are orchestrated in it. So but you'll see the Claude interface. So pretty cool. And we'll be able to vibe code with each other. That'll be a neat live. We'll announce it before that happens.
Yeah, equity perps are live. We had a situation with Remora, but we've passed ahead of it, and we are happy that we were able to resolve everything and then move ahead and get a new partner, xStocks. And there was some more interesting features that we had to add, because all the earnings and the yield that is generated from these stocks is basically auto compounded, and the stock price is different than what the real value is on chain. They basically use token 22 extensions to formulate that and get users and holders of these tokens all the yield that it generates fully on chain in a permissionless manner. And that is where I think the bulk of the time actually went resolving. So we wanted to highlight the peaks and troughs of getting that live.
Sure thing. I mean, Token 22, always a challenging thing to work with. And I think with pToken going live, the eyes are back on Token 22, kind of taking a bulk of the resources, because it's still a bit unoptimized and like all over the place. I think a lot of wallet teams also had a bit of an oversight in how they handle the scaled UI amount extension, which is what we're referring to right here, where the on-chain amount and the actual redeemable value of a tokenized stock would differ. That's how that for now. That's how dividends payouts are tracked. I think going forward, a stock split will also kind of be similar, wherein there's a multiplier that's applied to scaled amounts. Um, the the value that you see on your wallet or on a platform UI should reflect the scaled value, and the actual token amount tracker on chain would kind of still be the native token. So we had to make sure all of that is accounted. And since we also offer perpetuals on top of it, we can also long the SPY on the perp market. That kind of made all of our margin engine aware of these multipliers real time. I think that's going to be extended to Magic Block as well, where the underlying accounting kind of is robust, and the whole margin engine is kind of able to scale alongside all of these assets.
Yeah,
Yep.
the big thing here with the token 2020, wait a minute,
2022.
Yeah, sorry, 2022. Gosh, it's tongue tire. is that did you go over the wallet difference that we actually helped? I just thought it was cool to like actually point out that we kind of helped everybody
Yes, we
get
had
in
to
alignment.
highlight the issues that people are leaving at the table, and it's actually very painful to work with because it's a whole new structure, and not everyone are like aligning with that structure. So you have to nudge most of the teams to get aligned,
Hmm.
and it's all with these new features coming in, and if there is no usage of those features, you will see the lag around ecosystem, and that's what we're seeing with the implementation. But yeah, I'm happy that most of the teams have resolved it. Backpack,
Yep.
Jupiter, and Soulflare has resolved it. I'm not sure if Phantom have, but yeah.
Yeah, we're still working on it, I think, and that's a um, integration guideline from Foundation, kind of, which is just been overlooked for quite some time now, which needs to be in place. And I think wallets not just need to show the right balance, but also simulation results
Yeah.
need to match up the scale amounts. Otherwise, like, there's a lot of confusion with the
Yes.
users.
I think
Yes.
this
And I
is
just
the reason why we are like actively recommending people to move to Privy with an email login, because wallets are like not. It's almost like the MetaMask cycle is being done with
yeah.
some wallets. So they are trying to do something else, and they are basically forgetting their primary use case or features that they used to ship, and focusing on something else, which is degrading the experience of their primary product.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. Could not agree more. Yeah. Sometimes that's they're. I mean, we get it too. There's like sprints that you have and
Yeah.
other things that get put on the back burner and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, as far as RWA narrative on Solana is really kicking up. You would think that would be a primary pusher from their side, like on the development side. But yeah, it seems like some teams are lacking behind. But the thing I wanted to highlight was the fact that Flash Trade benefits the whole ecosystem. We make sure everybody is in alignment, which is a huge plus for everyone. Natural gas perps coming this week. This week?
Yes. Yes. Max, you didn't read that, I guess. Yeah. So yeah, I think it's already live on DevNet. We are testing it out, and we are planning it to go live probably tomorrow or day after tomorrow.
Yeah.
And this would cover us on the commodities side. We already have crude oil, natural gas is the next thing, and hopefully we'll see more things coming up in this direction. Real world assets are popping up, and we are actively working to get them on Flash. So yeah.
Yeah, RWA space is the way to go. Commodities, we want all things on chain. We are asset agnostic.
Yes.
Although we started on crypto, everybody's coming to crypto, baby.
Yeah.
We're here to stay. We're here to play. Support
I
features.
still remember I still remember us pushing to list Fartcoin, and now we are pushing natural gas.
Now we're listing gas. Now we're listing the real. Now we're listing the real deal. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, it's because that was also through a sprint where we had to create its own pool, because Fartcoin was something else, and we didn't had any correlation with the things that we had. So we had
Yeah.
to create its own independent pool and then add Fartcoin in it. So yeah, coming from Fartcoin to natural gas seems unreal.
The way, yep.
So
The strange things that happen in crypto for sure. Actually,
that,
Fartcoin
that's
too
what
is
I
so
love working
volatile at
in
the time.
crypto. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I love.
it's so
So
weird.
yeah. And talking
Support
about
features.
weird, yes,
Go
moving
ahead.
ahead, I was able to get some free time on my side stuff, and I just got, vibe coded a very neat support feature, which is right now live on Flash.trade. All you got to go is on the right corner. If you're on desktop, you'll find talk to the team, or, if you're on mobile, you can just click the drop down from the top right corner. And if you click speak to a human, you'll find us on the other side, and we'll make sure we reply as soon as possible if you're having any issues on Flash Trade, and it's all in the direction of providing real human support and experience to real human traders. I think that is what a lot of places people are lacking. Like if you trade on any exchange, the support and the feature set is not that much there, and that is what brings down users confidence of trading with larger amounts of money. Even me myself, like when I used
Yeah.
to trade on other exchanges, I didn't like me being put through a bot, and that bot would put through me with various questions, and then it would after some time ideally land me through a human, and even that human would be someone else. So that is where we added this feature where the team who's working on Flash will reply you as soon as possible,
Yep.
although timings will differ, but we'll try our best to follow up. And if we don't follow up there, we'll definitely follow up in Discord. So Discord is also there. So yeah, one by one we are covering things so that people who are trading on Flash have the best humanly experience possible, with the best set of features all built in house. And
Yeah, I
yeah,
was about to say this is completely built in-house, so it's you do literally get direct access to us. There's a little bit of a caveat there. You have to have some soul in your wallet. You can't just spam us with like a bot. I know you out
obviously.
there who are already planning to do so. Obviously, the other thing we might tie in later is that you have like activity or something like that. I'm sure NOS already has plans to make it even more robust, but yeah, the feature itself is freaking awesome. You did such a great job. I was not expecting that at all, like literally at all. And he comes back in like probably 2 days and is like, "Try this out." And we we have like a complete and utter intercom replacement, as I was actually trying to actively research basically another solution for intercom, because it really was becoming a bottleneck or just a point of friction for users who wanted to get to us quickly and resolve something. So now this way you have a direct round robin access to the team, and we can resolve it has all kinds of neat features on the back end too for us, so we can quickly look into exactly what's going on. Through intercom, this was very difficult. We had to ask you for a lot of things, all that good stuff. So now a lot of the tools that we kind of needed to quickly solve your problems are there. So support is being prioritized, and of course we appreciate everybody who utilizes Flash Trade. We're there for you 24/7. As much as we can. I have been known
As
to
much as
answer at
we
2 or
can.
3 a.m. I have been known to get up out of bed to literally answer questions. So I will do my best to continue that. But sometimes I am actually sleeping. I try to leave it on so that if it dings, I have a specific ding for Telegram. So the team wakes me up sometimes. But yeah, it's good. It's all good. We're here for you guys. Let's see. Going into what's coming. So there are a few things I wanted to really delve into, but you could cover the referral restructure, which will be
For sure.
that's the kind of next thing on the docket. So
Yes, part of referral structure is almost done, which was also the revamp of the UI, where people who are referring will have a clear, user interface to handle all the referral structure, basically features that we have. Now, if you go to flash.trade/token, you can find just one homogeneous view of all things that is required for you to learn about staking, earning VP, or creating your ref link, or claiming your referral rebates. So that is done, and the second structure would be just to add some more nuances around referrals so that people who want to get the best out of it can use. And yeah, here's the page. You can have, before, the referrals were kind of hidden under the second tab,
yeah, they
and a
were.
lot of people missed it, and I think that was bad on my side that we didn't design it in that way, that it was just right center, front. So now it's
Okay.
there, and we would be doing some interesting things on that side so that people are more actively referring or getting referred with
Mhm.
their ref links. So
Yeah.
yeah, the part
It's
one
a
is
cool
done, and then,
It's a
yes,
cool structure because it outlines everything in one piece.
yes,
A lot of
a lot of
people,
information.
yeah, a lot of people, unfortunately, if you do know, or I'm sure a lot of you are, you're very familiar with the structure, the old structure where it was kind of tabbed.
Yeah,
And one of the key findings that we had, obviously through some customer inquiries and things, is that it was difficult to find the utilities tab. So
yeah,
now with it all in one, super easy, very quick to at a glance. And of course, if you are not, let's say you don't have any FAF staked or anything like that, that's totally fine. You can still participate in the VP program. You can see here that the register button is clearly labeled and ready to go. So you can just register and at least participate in the FAF or VP program, sorry, so that all your activity on FAF or Flash Trade, man, this is getting confusing, is recorded. So
for sure.
there we go. One thing I really wanted to delve into more in depth is the Magic Block integration. Reason being is that recently Zahib, he actually had some breakthroughs, and I kind of wanted to go over some of those breakthroughs and just overall things that we haven't quite covered yet. I think it'd be really good time just to delve in and flesh it out with the community, see how far along we are. Where's the projected timeline, even though, that's kind of up in the air or can change in development. Zaib, did you want to
For
expand
sure.
on that?
Yeah, I think one of the major breakthroughs we were looking at is solving the UX issues which normal traders would have, and um, um, like paying gas fees and having to lock up Sol for rent across all of your positions is one of the major issues we face on chain. And there are a few solutions from different protocols on sponsoring the costs or kind of masking that for users, but all of them end up with like creating various trust assumptions. And I think that is where our effort with Magic Block was not only towards scaling the network runtime limits, like listing as many markets as we want, but also on the side of reducing the latency and the friction that users face. So now we've got quite some comprehensive solutions on not having to kind of hold up resources on rent accounts while scaling the underlying positions, orders, and all of the infra that we've got scale smoothly, so that whenever we have the delegation and undelegation between the main the base chain mainnet and the everything flows smoothly without the users noticing or having to pay huge fees. So that's a great breakthrough in how we're going to handle the UX. And eventually our idea with supporting a wider variety of RWA markets is going to be just that. Like, we are able to list hundreds of markets at once, and you're able to trade across a larger number of markets than you can right now on mainnet.
I think the highlight would be using the same shade of liquidity. Like we won't have different liquidity pools for different markets because of flu mechanism. We can use the same liquidity pool and offer hundreds of markets on the same pool, shade pool.
Yeah,
So
it's insane.
that opens up a lot more interesting angles because you don't have that fragmentation, and then you don't have to provide liquidity to different pools so that the perps work. So
One of the if you were in the Discord over the weekend
mhm,
and we're following along with the conversation, it was quite a lengthy conversation with some of the Discord folks in the I actually did it in the general channel so everybody could see. But there were quite a few questions answered there, and I was alluding to this. I obviously didn't want to front run our flash hour, so I was trying to strategically say it without actually giving up too much of the ghost. But yeah, I mean, the scaling problem with Magic Block is huge. They're essentially asking like about how do we scale, and I was alluding to this exact kind of paradigm shift where we could potentially list, hundreds of different markets, flu mechanism, all through Magic Block, and a seamless integration where everything settles back on mainnet. I mean, it's obviously in testing with Magic Block, it's about 50 millisecond block times, or give or take. So the speed itself will also be greatly improved. The UI UX will be greatly improved. The scale of what we can do will be greatly improved. So across the board, it's all thanks to Zahib and Magic Block's engineering. And yeah, that follow along Discord. We have some pretty good takes in Discord, particularly over the weekend when I have free time. You'll get some hot takes from me in there. So get some insights.
For sure. Yep. And the next thing is the funding mechanism, which we are actively working on. It's a very neat mechanism to basically incentivize people to both short and long, depending on the skew that we have. So this is something that it's a novel mechanism that we are working on. And working means we are basically trying to simulate it in-house and see how it affects the pool. And we have to be really careful about it and make sure it makes sense on the mathematical side of things, and that is what the time is basically being spent on. And yeah, we are thankful for the frontier models that are accelerating things that we wanted to accelerate, and working as fast as possible to get novel mechanisms that make Flash the best place to trade perps.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think implicit funding kind of builds over flu, so that's where a
Yes.
lot of intricacies arise from. You have a single unified pool, you have exposures to different assets with different collateralization ratios, and that's where most of the interesting insights come from.
And then why can we expand? This is actually a serious question from at least even I'm not quite understanding why. Why is it that with Magic Block and the ephemeral rollup, why can we have so much scale? Obviously, I know that with the optimizations of transactions I'm talking about mainnet there, Alpenglow, Fire Dancer, all those things are improving mainnet, which actually inversely, right? It literally improves Magic Block's implementation. But why can we have so much scale comparatively to mainnet as to just having the mainnet implementation itself?
I think one of the primary reasons for having an ephemeral rollup was to kind of overcome runtime limitations.
Mhm.
You have runtime limits. Today you have 1232 bytes. Soon you'll have like 4K once SIMD 339 goes live. So all of these things, like the end goal has always been to kind of overcome runtime limits with these roll up integrations, kind of just locking up state transitions by delegating to an on-chain program. I think that is where a lot of difference in idea come from, calling ERs a single sequencer versus what it actually is, which is just like a state transition, a short time state transition layer. This is where I think the biggest benefit of listing more assets and having more done with the same setup that we've got on mainnet is unlocked. Um, because even with, let's say, 4 times the transaction size, how many markets could we fit in? There's a lot of atomic computations that need to be executed when you have live positions being simulated, LPs and traders kind of acting on both ends independently. So that is where the ability to overcome these runtime limits kind of help us scale to a wider variety of markets and offering a lot more than what we can on mainnet just yet. And I think that is where a lot of improvements in terms of how Solana would scale, even with MCP, even with all of the improvements that are being discussed and implemented across different providers, including BAM and other stuff being generalized. Kind of the way we would benefit from it is by taking advantage of the not just the mainnet having all of these primitives, but ERs kind of opening up the gates to rapid iterations, not having to wait for features going live, and
Yeah.
improving our access to offer a better UX.
Amazing. And that I had one more question, but we do have one more thing to cover. More real world assets. What did we mean by that? Is that just expanding obviously into gas? What other things are we keeping our eye on for
To be honest,
future expansion?
yeah, to be honest, whatever moves the most, we'll try to have it on Flash as soon as possible. And once we have the bandwidth, which is what we are working towards, which is the ER, ephemeral rollups, once we have the bandwidth to do so, we'll try to list assets at a much faster rate. We already have sorted things out in that direction. Just need to get Flash Trade working on Magic Blocks, and then we can, start working faster on listing assets sooner. So yeah.
Cool. All right. Anything else to add, gentlemen?
Nope, I think that's pretty much it. Overall, we are very excited to watch what is unfolding in the markets and to see how best we can serve the people who want to trade these markets.
Yeah, absolutely. Core thesis is that all things on Flash Trade, we are not going to be a crypto DEX anymore or a Solana DEX. We are just a DEX. The big thing with the industry, I keep pounding every single week, is that everything is going to be tokenized. And the chain that is tokenizing everything will be Solana. It is the only chain that has the breadth of dApps and users and development happening on it in real time with world-class, absolute world-class teams and developers. And there's just no other chain like it. Obviously, that's why we're here. That's why we're developing on top of Solana, and we are looking to make sure we are well positioned for this transition in both the tokenization of everything, AI agents, and the future of finance. So Flash Trade will be there to capture that. Zahib, did you want to end with anything, sir?
Not much apart from what we've already added. I think real world markets are doing having crazy volatility for us right now, and excited to see how our equities pool scales.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, super excited to have that back on Flash Trade. Thank you guys, and thank you everyone for participating this week. We will close off here by me just saying, if you enjoyed the Flash Hour, please leave a like, leave a comment, all the social stuff. If you're on YouTube, we're still live on YouTube. I greatly appreciate you guys migrating over there if that's where you like to consume your content. If you can, smash the like button, subscribe for future Flash Hour content, as well as shorts that we put out. Every once in a while, we'll put out some good shorts there. We try to transfer anything that we post on X over to YouTube. I've noticed that they've been getting some traction recently. So if that's something you're interested in, drop a subscribe for us. We'll have some more shorts rolling out soon. But if you want to get involved in the community where really the discourse and kind of some of the action happens before it's unfolded in the Flash Hour, stay up to date with the latest and greatest. Obviously, follow us on X. That's our premier source for all things Flash Trade, like announcements and different things that we roll out. It'll always be on X first. That's our primary source, as well as Discord. So our Discord servers got a lot of upgrades recently, thanks to Anas rolling out some different features for you all. So jump in there. There's the general channel. And then if you are a FAF staker, you will get a private channel where all of us sit there and chat throughout the day. If you do stake enough FAF, you can actually get into Flash Labs. Flash Labs is where we hash out different features on Flash Trade that the community brings up, as well as the team brings up. Flash Labs is a great space for us to kind of get a barometer of what needs to be prioritized where, different proposals that we have, especially some major proposals that might go through the FAF-Tarky mechanism or our governance mechanism. Since FAF is an ownership token now, those will all be brought up there. Any proposal that is brought up, all the discourse, all the discussion, and the massive proposal that we try to outline everything on will also be in there so that you guys get the full scope and breadth of what we're thinking for that proposal. So appreciate you all tuning in, of course, every single week on Monday at 4 p.m. UTC. Like always, guys, I'll see you in the markets.